the importance of mind muscle connection when building our aesthetic physique. Our goal shouldn't be to be the strongest men and women in the gym, right? Our goal shouldn't be to be lifting more than everybody else in the gym. We should be striving to look our best and look better than everybody else. And not because we're competing to look better than everybody else, but because our goals are to look our best and most people's goals aren't to look their best. So just off of the strength of that, when we're in the gym, we should be looking better than the majority of people, if that makes sense. So how do we do that? We focus on mind muscle connection. Now, I see a lot of people's programs. I see some things in person. Sometimes I overhear conversations on accident. And I notice that a lot of people have movements in their program that they can't even feel. And I'm telling you guys that this is not how you build the physique. If you can't build a movement, if you can't feel a movement, excuse me, you need to either get that movement out of your program, or you need to figure out how to feel that movement. Like if it's a movement, like if you can't feel chins, right? Pull ups, chin ups, I call them chins. If you can't feel those, we need to work on that. But if you can't feel a lat pull down, but you feel chins, then take the lat pull downs out and put chins in. Or if you can't really feel a dumbbell bench press, but you feel the machine chest press, then you need to switch that up. If you're a lady and you can't feel, what do y'all be doing? Let's say you can't feel machine hip thrust, or let's say you can't feel Smith machine hip thrust for some reason, but you feel an actual strap loaded like machine hip thrust better, then you need to make that switch, right? So we want to make sure that we're feeling the movements that we're doing. So first, we want to make sure that we have movements in our program that are conducive to an aesthetic physique. And then next, we want to make sure that the movements that we have in there, we could actually feel. What's going to build your aesthetic physique is mind muscle connection. Mind muscle connection is the ability for your mind to connect with the muscle. You know, you want to have that ability. When you're doing a movement, when you're doing a chest press, you want your chest to be engaged. You want your chest to be what's pressing. I mean, it sounds kind of elementary, but like I'll hear people say, oh, when you do lat pull downs, pull with your elbows. Like, you know, you want to, anytime you do a movement, you want to do the movement with the intended muscle. So when you're doing a lat pull down, you want to pull with your back, right? You want to drive with your elbows. You want to drive down with your elbows, but you want to pull with your back. If you're doing a hamstring curl, you want to curl with your hamstrings. If you're doing a dumbbell curl, you want to curl with your biceps. If you're doing a chest press, you want to press with your chest. Okay. If you're doing an ab crunch, I don't do weight ab crunch. Let's say if you're doing a sit up, you want to sit up with your abs, right? You want to do the movement with the engaged intended muscle. I'll hear people, especially with back, people be like, oh, don't pull with your arms, pull with your elbows. No, pull with your back, drive your elbows, right? So you want to make sure you have these cues in your head that are going to help you engage the muscle. We're not just moving weight. We want to go in the gym. We want to spend time in the gym, but we want to make sure our time is spent building and sculpting our physique. We want to build beautiful aesthetic physiques, right? And it's not all vanity. Yes, vanity is important. We want to look good. But at the same time, we want to be able to use that, like I talked about in my video yesterday, to help other areas of life. But the main thing is that the mind muscle connection is what's going to actually help you build the physique. Because when you're just going through the motions, you're just pushing, right? You're just doing movements and stuff, but you're not feeling the intended muscle that you want to use. You're not putting the best stimulus on the muscle. And what's going to build muscle is stimulus. It's not overeating, right? Cramming in a whole bunch of calories. It's not ego lifting. It's focus and it's mind muscle connection. This is what I preach, guys. This is how I train. This is how I build my physique. If you look around, there's not a lot of physiques. You might see a lot of physiques online, but go to your gym and tell me how many people you see that actually have a physique that's worth like turning your head, a physique that's worth asking questions, right? A physique that you actually admire. Most people just go to the gym. Even the people who have muscle, like they look like they work out, but the physique isn't really physiquing like that. How do you get a physique to physique? You focus in the gym and you have that mind muscle connection. You make sure that you can connect with the movements that you're actually doing. A lot of people think mind muscle connection is like some hippie shit, but it's not. Most people who think that are usually new to the gym, right? Because I'll hear people say, oh, well, it doesn't matter what movement you do. Don't focus on mind muscle connection. Focus on getting stronger. Or mind muscle connection is not a real thing. It's just people just talking. If you've been in the gym for a while, you understand mind muscle connection. Somebody's going to be able to get more out of a lift when they're better at the lift. Weight training, resistance training, just like everything else, just like content creation, is a skill that needs to be able to be worked, and that comes with time. So when you actually have the intentions of going into the gym and focusing on getting a better mind muscle connection, focusing on the muscle that you're working, improving the stimulus that you put on the given muscle, you could be like me where I could chest press on, I don't do dumbbells right now. I do a dumbbell fly though. I do right now, I'm doing a dumbbell fly, incline dumbbell fly with 40 pounds. And I want to say maybe 3-4 months ago, I was doing it with 60 pounds, but I feel the 40 pounds so much better. And two reasons for that. Number one is because the load is a little bit lighter. I don't train with heavy weights anymore. I train with moderate weights, which is something I got from old school bodybuilders. Now I could actually focus on the fact that I'm working my upper chest and that I'm working on getting the stretch, as opposed to, damn, this shit's heavy. This shit's heavy. Like that's usually what's going through our head when we're moving. We're not thinking about the movement when we're lifting heavy weights. We're just thinking about the fact that the load is heavy, which isn't smart, right? So moderate weights is something that I implement with myself and my clients. And if you want to work with me, check the work with me link, right? Custom training programs, custom nutrition programs, and a full 24-week coaching program, right? Check the work with me link. But moderate weights is something that I implement in our programs. And number two, I've actually spent time, doing push-ups, like working on my chest, working on certain things. So now my mind muscle connection is way better in my chest. I actually feel my chest when I'm doing certain movements. I don't feel triceps as much. I don't feel front delts as much. So this is the type of mindset we have to think about when we're going into our training. Again, we want to be intentional with our training. Look around. There's not a lot of physiques. If you're subscribed to my channel, I know you want to build an aesthetic physique. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. I talk about building an aesthetic physique, right? There's not a lot of physiques. And I push building an aesthetic physique because it's the type of physique that gives you the best return on investment in life, right? But in order to build that aesthetic physique, you're going to want to have that mind muscle connection. You're going to want to drop the ego, focus on moderate weights, focus on movements that you could actually feel, focus in the gym, and a lot of other things, right? I'm going to talk more about my philosophy towards training, how I build my physique. But the mindset, like the overhaul of the mindset, is basically we're going in with focus, man. We're going in to sculpt a beautiful physique, our best physique. We're not looking to be these huge bodybuilders, male or females, because some of these women out here are getting kind of big too. We're not looking to be huge where we can't fit into clothes. We're looking to just be nice, lean, sleek, athletic. This is the goal, right? To look sharp, to look good, to look athletic, to be healthy. Right, so this is what I help people with. Again, check the work with me link if you want to speak to me one-on-one, or if you want to work with me one-on-one. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I drop a YouTube video every day about mind, body, or creative life. Overall, just self-development, really big on self-development. And I'm here to help you guys out. I'm having a lot of fun with YouTube right now, and just really, I'm always myself, but I'm really starting to come into my own. Like, understand that there's really no rules with this shit. I could come on here and talk about anything I want, because regardless of what I talk about, I know it's going to help you guys. I know a lot of you guys really pay attention to these videos. You guys comment. You guys let me know that you guys enjoy the video. So just keeping in my head, like, hey, there's no rules. I don't have to talk about this. I don't have to talk about that. If you have any suggestions, if you want me to delve deep on any specific topic, you can let me know. But I'm just having fun and letting you guys know, like, the life I'm living, building my best mind, building my best body, creating my best life, while helping you guys do the same. Again, my name is Randall Branch. I'm here to stay, man. We're just getting started. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'll see you tomorrow for another video. Peace.